Hi, hello there. Welcome back to another Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn Reid. And today we are watching the real reason I didn't get weight loss surgery and my lipedema pain. I know it's exciting. I know. Stick with me on this one. Go get your popcorn and your warm blankie, and yeah, it's not that wild of a ride. I've already skimmed through this one when she dropped it last night. I didn't watch it, and I don't think I had the sound on. I think I was just watching with CZ. But yeah, it will give us lots of opportunities to talk about Amber's id, ego, and super ego as we go. And also, because people have asked, I haven't gotten around to making my intro yet. I am an anthropologist. I am an archaeologist. My focus in my undergrad was in evolutionary health, diet, and human evolution. I mean, I'm an anthropologist. I don't know what you want from me. And yeah, so there's that. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a psychiatrist. These are just things that I am tangentially familiar with, not law. But just things I am tangentially familiar with because of what I've studied. And I am in no way giving any kind of professional advice to anything because I can't even imagine what kind of professional advice I would give as an anthropologist. I just really like talking about Amber. That's not actually true. I enjoy talking about Amber, but I really enjoy watching the community interact with Amber and how Amber then interacts with the community, or at least her perceived idea of the community and the community's perceived idea of Amber. So it's an interesting idea. That's where the anthropology occurs. So this is the real reason I didn't get weight loss surgery and my lipedema pain. And let's answer some questions.
Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. So
Hi.
I'm not fully ready for the day, but I like to try to get my editing done before I get ready for the day.
I like to get my watching of you done before I get ready for the day, but clearly I got ready for the day. I just got back from my town does this every, my town, it's not a town. My city does this every weekend. We have the, it's called the Asian Market, and it's this really great just food stalls from one end of FDR Park to the other end of FDR Park, and it's all like Southeast Asian and Pacific Island food. Oh my god, it's so good, you guys. It's like anything you can stick on a stick is on a stick because it's all street food style stuff. So everything's on a stick. I didn't even know they made stuffed chicken wings. I've had one. Oh my god, it was so good. I had this lemongrass sausage. It was amazing. I had all kinds of good stuff. I've taken some pictures to put into the daily thing that I'm doing. Let me say, I have no idea how many Weight Watchers points I used today, so I'm just going to assume I used all of them because I just ate from literally one end of the stalls to the other end of the stalls, and I still didn't eat everything, but I'm going back later. So not today, but later, maybe next month. Anyway.
Or while I'm getting ready for the day. Yes, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I was a little floppy. That's fine. But it's so funny. Editing right now. I'm showing you my grocery haul, and listen to what I said. Got some potatoes. I know I was just talking about carbs, but having one potato never hurt anyone.
I don't know why she did this. We all watched this yesterday. You're showing us editing the video that you put out yesterday. We've already seen this. Okay?
Having one potato never hurt anyone, I promise. So I instantly knew exactly what to add to that. Not only am I fat and you had to beat on my back, but I choked on a potato and shit my pants and almost died in front of you. And
I remember when I watched this yesterday, or watched that video, and I was like, I didn't put that in there. That wasn't me, that was her. And I think everybody kind of was like, okay. There's a difference between making fun of yourself and in that comedic self-depreciating way, like comedians do sometimes. And there's a difference between that and this. Not entirely sure what this was. I think she was trying to get out ahead of the trolls who were going to be like, ha ha ha, remember that time you choked on a potato? And it's like, yeah, we all remember the time you choked on a potato, and then shared way too much information about it. Um, so I guess she thought she was getting out ahead of that. I don't know why you would think that was funny, because I remember when it happened, she was like, you guys, this was serious. This is a real situation, take me seriously. And now she's turning around and making fun of it. So it's like, which is it? Was it a serious situation that we should all be concerned about because you almost choked and died? Or is it just another joke that we don't know what to do with? Because was it even a real situation now? I mean, who makes fun of that, Especially in that way. It's just it's very mean to yourself to do it that way, but I don't know. I wouldn't have shared the story in the first place, especially not the part about the pants pooping, but I'm an adult, so
That's funny to me because the experience happened to me, so I'm allowed to laugh about it. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong, but when you share it online like the way you just did, people are going to react to it, and I'm sorry, but you don't have a right to get like super pissed off at people when they come for you over this, because you're putting it out there for people. If you don't want people to interact with something, don't put it on the internet. I don't know why this is a difficult concept for people. The internet's forever. Well, at least until the switch gets thrown, which isn't going to happen in your lifetime. So for you, the internet is forever.
my whole choking on a potato story. A lot of people ask, are you like scared of potatoes now? No.
Somebody pointed out in the comments, this is going to take forever. Somebody pointed out in the comments that like, what was the comment? Funny how she's not afraid of potatoes, but looking at a pair of sneakers gives her PTSD from the trauma of falling on her ankle. One of those you almost died from. The other one was a painful experience, It's kind of poignant. It's, I don't know. Have you ever drinking? Have you ever, those of you who are over the age of 21, have you ever gotten so drunk on a particular alcohol that like it made you physically ill the next day, violently ill the next day, and you just smell it at the smell of it was just everywhere, and just like now you can't have that particular type of alcohol anymore because the smell of it takes you back and you just can't physically bring yourself to drink it. I feel like that's a universal experience with, most adults. Like we've all been stupid kids at some point and we've done that. But my point is like that alcohol now is forever verboten because it just causes such a nasty physical reaction that you just don't want to drink it. I would think nearly dying from eating a potato would make one hesitant to then eat more potatoes. But I'm wrong. And I know everyone reacts to everything differently. But it is these kinds of situations that makes everybody like press X to doubt, that kind of a thing.
I just need to chew them better. Okay, hello, I am back. My makeup is finished. A lot of people, I hear you. You guys love when I wear like this green on my eyes.
I do like the green.
It's actually
she looks
the
good in
good
that
old
green.
NYX. It is a eyeliner in the color Intense Teal. Here's a close-up. I don't know what I look like. Oh my god, what do I look like up close? I'm afraid to know.
You totally know what you look like up close. You share more selfies of yourself than anyone I know. And they're specifically staged selfies. Like, I'm old, so my friends don't do that, is what I'm saying. And like, watching Amber do it, I don't hate it. I really don't. It's just, you don't get to do that and then sit here and be like, I don't know what I look like up close, you guys. I'm like right into my mic, sorry. That kind of a thing. Oh, and the other thing I was going to say is I like the colors that NYX puts their eyeliners out in, but the problem is I guess I have really oily eyelids I can't wear any kind of eyeliner. Like even the cat eye, I can't get the cat eye. A, I don't know how to draw it on that nicely. And B, it just like 2 hours after I put it on, it just starts to smudge off because my eyelids are really oily. And they've always been that way. So I've just never bothered to try. I gave it the old college try, and then I was like, you know what, this is just more trouble than it's worth. So I'm kind of envious of people that can do that. And I mean, her eyes look great. They really do. So that green's a good color on her.
But a lot of people say that they like it, so
It does look good, and I like the glitter.
To do it again.
I've already said I'm a glitter fan.
I'm just not feeling at my best. I'm gonna touch up my mascara because now that I'm like here and looking, I don't know. I need some like fake eyelashes. Like I used to wear fake eyelashes for a little bit there. Like my mom got me into it. I know, that's so funny. The magnetic eyelashes. But I realized that like sometimes I don't want my eyeliner to be super thick because the way that the magnetic eyelashes work is like you have to have the eyeliner and then you have to put the eyelashes on there because the eyeliner is what is magnetic. And it's like I've never used like glue and eyelashes. I did it like one time and I just could not figure it out. It looked bad. Got it all up in my eyeball. So yeah, that's just like no.
I laugh because I've had similar experiences. I like the magnetic eyelashes because they're so easy to put on, but I'm with her. I don't like how thick of a black line you have to put down in order for the magnets to work. Also because like my eyes do not look good with dark eyeliner on them. It makes my eyes look very small. And with the magnetic ones, like that's your option. I know that they've started putting the magnetic stuff out in different colors, and I'm kind of tempted, but they're also kind of more money than I really want to spend. And as far as like the glue eyelashes, I tried. I'm not a girly girl if you haven't figured this out. I've tried to do the fake eyelashes with the glue, and yeah, I know it's not rocket science, but it was clearly beyond me. So I was just like, this is not... It is not worth the aggravation because then after I got the little on my eyes, then they started falling off. They started peeling off, and I was just like, "This isn't." And they're like sticking out, and you're just like, I'm done. I give up. Whatever. It's my eyelashes or no eyelashes." Though I am very tempted to go get like those eyelash extensions. They look cute. Get some color in there. I know you all cared.
Not going to be happening today, not going to be happening tomorrow. I wish they made a magnetic eyelash moment, but like I wish the eyeliner was clear, which I'm sure they do. Maybe I should do some research or whatever, but
they make them in colors now, but they are kind of pricey.
I already have my video edited and everything, so I'm about to upload it. First, I'm going to probably schedule it, obviously. So I was just scrolling through good old social media, and there's so many things that like resonate with me, whether it be quotes or poetry or like prose and things like that. And I saw this. It says, "Be enough for yourself first. The rest of the world can wait." And that just like really resonated with me. And I feel like it's kind of the theme of my channel right now.
I feel like deepities like this, on the surface, they sound great. You know, like be enough for yourself first. The rest of the world can wait. And on the one hand, you're like, yeah, that's really self-empowering, and you should take care of yourself first. And I agree with that. You should take care of yourself first, because if you're a mess, you can't take care of anybody else. But isn't the ultimate goal then to be able to take care of other people? Like, I'm taking care of myself because I don't want myself to be a complete mess, but it's also with the anticipation that I may have to take care of others, and I can't do that if I'm like a complete disaster. Or at least interact with others, and wouldn't that not be the world? Like, I hate this kind of stuff. I'm all here for an inspirational quote, but this isn't that. This is just like a deepity. It's something that sounds philosophical or like, like deep, like a deep thinking kind of a thing, but it's not. It's just a bunch of nonsense words put together in a nonsensical kind of way. You can disagree with me in the comments section. That's fine. I know I'm a very cynical person. It's fine. It's fine.
Now, where it's like I need to be good for me, so I need to focus on myself and not other people, what they say, think. I need to figure it out for myself. And
I mean, I don't don't think you should really care that much about what other people think and say unless it's like somebody you actually care about their opinion of you. But at the same time, like, there's a point where you have to quit doing the self-care thing and start doing like the self-motivating thing. Like, sometimes you gotta kick your own ass, is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you gotta tell yourself to get up and get off the couch. And if you're constantly sitting there being like, no, 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 I'm going easy on myself. I'm taking care of myself. You're gonna take care of yourself into the grave, you know? And now for a cynical philosophical moment to be over with.
Be enough for me before I can even do it for y'all. All right, you guys. Well, I cooked some turkey kielbasa with some onion. I have some raw broccoli, which I love. Some mustard, cottage cheese, and green olives with the good old garlic in the middle, which is my fave. So I haven't had this in a hot minute.
I know this section is here. We are not going to watch it. I don't need to watch her chew like an infant. I did show this part to my boyfriend. He's like, why does she chew weird? And it's like, because she only chews with her front teeth. She only chews with her premolars. Nothing in her mouth goes any farther back than that. And you can see, if it does, you can see her instantly roll it forward with her tongue. I know you're all fascinated with how fascinated I am with her chewing because like I pay way too much attention to it, but I'm just honestly fascinated because the only other human I see chew like that are like children who haven't developed their back molars all the way yet. Anyway, we're just like, they just haven't learned to chew. But that being the case, we're not sitting here watching her chew. Does she say anything of value through here? Where after she gets done eating, she then has to show us her eating more. Like, she eats her portion there, which I think was a very small portion. Like, that wouldn't have filled me up either. But then she like has to show us her picking stuff up with her fingers and eating it out of the pan. I wonder if the finger eating thing is like a troll because she knows the rest of us are like, heathen, use a fork. And I wonder if she's just like trying to push people's buttons with that one. I wouldn't put it past her, but I don't want to watch it either. Also, I'm sure the kielbasa sausage is delicious because it's designed to be that way.
That was so good. Not me on my stove eating more because I have leftovers. I'm actually just trying to get me a diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi, caffeine free. This is where it's at. Okay, you guys, let's do some questions. And I want to start choosing other questions that aren't just weight loss related, but most of these will be. So number 41, does lipedema hurt or feel uncomfortable? So lipedema without a doubt feels uncomfortable. It feels the most uncomfortable when I've been walking a lot, standing a lot, sitting in a car for a while, or I've had like a massive amount of sodium. It doesn't hurt that much. My lymphedema slash lipedema, I think, has maybe hurt like a handful of times. And it's only ever if I like was like to the max swollen, which like I said, it hasn't happened that often. I'm swollen 99% of the time, but that's just like my normal swollen. But there's like a level where it's like, okay, that kind of hurts. Okay.
I find this in this particular, I turned my head so I wouldn't cough into the mic. I find her answer to that question interesting because I've been following Jordan Underwood's progress, and I actually got curious enough that I got onto their TikTok to find out what the hell's going on because they haven't put anything out in a while. And I remember Jordan talking about how now they have stage 4 lipolipedema, which is I think I recall Amber once saying she did have. I don't fully remember what stage Amber supposedly is in. I don't doubt that she has lipedema, so that's not the question. I just don't remember what stage she claims she's in. Just going with my eyeballs, her legs are as bad as Jordan Underwood, so it would not surprise me if she has the lipolipedema stage 4 thing. So that's why I'm like, Jordan claims that it hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying Jordan, in Jordan's words, Jordan has said that the lipolipedema hurts, that the swelling eliminates their mobility. That's actually what got them concerned enough to finally go get an actual diagnosis, is because they were in pain. They were noticeably losing mobility, and it couldn't possibly have been because they're obese. But apparently they had also gained like a very scary amount of weight in an incredibly short amount of time, something like 40 pounds in under a month. And I imagine that would be fairly shocking for anyone, honestly. So there's that. Jordan is currently in a treatment center doing decompression therapy, which they made a TikTok about. So now I know what it is, you guys. I'm an expert. I watched a TikTok. And they have to put on this like sleeve on their lower, they're just doing their lower legs right now, but they put a sleeve on their leg, and then what if there's a sleeve, and then there's like it looks like what a brace would look like, but it's basically like a corset for their leg. And then they wrap that up with like ace bandages. And then they said they have to wear that for 23 hours out of the day. And the only hour they're not wearing it is the hour they spend in the pool doing basic mobility and that kind of stuff. So it looks like it's pretty intense. And I imagine it's uncomfortable and probably hurts because the tightness that they're wrapping their legs at, the whole point is to squish all of the fluid up their leg like a reverse straw. So this is what I've learned from Jordan, is my point. And Amber easily has the same stage of lipedema that Jordan has. And I don't know, sometimes I think Amber says things don't hurt because she thinks it's making her look like tough, big bad, tough, I'm nothing bothers me kind of a person. But it's also like, how does it not hurt? You're talking about being swollen. And we've all watched her swell, and we've watched her lose water weight and gain water weight. We know when she's swollen. And some of it does have to do with the sodium, and some of it does have to do with just like gravity and other various things that you can do that just like, I mean, your legs, you without the lipedema probably have swelling at the end of the day versus the first thing in the morning kind of a thing, because just gravity in general, fluid goes down. And sometimes it doesn't come back up again, They recommend that you, lay on your back and put your feet up against a wall for like 20 minutes after you get done with your day, and it's supposed to help with drainage and that kind of stuff. It feels good. I do it every now and then. Do I notice a huge difference? Sometimes. Depends on what I was doing that day. But my point is I don't know if I believe her when she says that it doesn't hurt. I think that maybe it's just gotten to the point where Amber just has this low grade amount of pain all the time, that like pain has to be significant before she registers it as pain, because her baseline tolerance is just so high at this point that she's uncomfortable, but she registers low levels of pain that should be somewhat alarming as being uncomfortable, because she's just been in pain for so long. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. That's my thoughts on the matter. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't bother her. I don't ever want to find out. So there's that.
So let's do the next question here.
Yay.
We have number 47. How much did you weigh when you were born? So I actually weighed 6 pounds, 6 ounces. So I was pretty small as a baby, but then like literally I got chunky by the time I was like 1 year old, just a little chunkster. But as years went on.
1 year? You were 1 year old? There are not plural years at that point yet?
That chunkster became morbidly obese, and I've been morbidly obese my whole life. Alrighty, the third question.
I mean, the fact that she gained babies are supposed to be a little chubby. That's the point. That they call it baby fat for a reason. But there's like a point where it's no longer baby fat, even if you're a baby. Like you can have an obese baby. Not like give birth to said obese baby, but like you can have your baby become obese before it's even a year old. It's you can, and it has a lot to do with like what you're eating, what your baby's eating, that kind of stuff. I mean, childhood obesity is it's a problem. It's called an epidemic for a reason. So that's a thing in the States. I don't know about other places. I know we're a very strange place compared to other places. My Filipino friend is constantly asking me things like, "What is wrong with your country?" And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's America. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I think the other day they asked me, why are all your malls dying? And I was like, because we're all broke. And she's like, what? You're America. I know. We don't got no money over here. As far as the baby, I have no idea how many pounds I weighed. I think I weighed like 6. I don't know. I was an average baby. My cousins, I have 2 male cousins, and both of them were like, one of them was 7.5 pounds, and the other one was like 8 and something. They were huge babies, and they're huge dudes. So it's just like, this doesn't always correlate, you know, but it's just like these guys were born linebackers, kind of a thing. I feel so sorry for their mother. I never want to have to worry about that.
For today is number 36.
I mean, she's wearing the same outfit, but she keeps saying for today, for today. I don't know.
What's the biggest reason you aren't getting weight loss surgery? Lack of stability. When you get weight loss surgery, they said you're going to need someone. You're going to need that one person like to really, really support you. And right now with this breakup, I don't want to put Feline in that position at all. And before anyone gets this answer twisted, no, I did not know that Feline and I were not going to be together when I made the choice not to get weight loss surgery.
Then that wasn't the real reason you didn't get weight loss surgery. It is a sustaining reason why you don't get weight loss surgery, but it's not the main reason.
Because at the time, it was because I knew I wasn't ready. I have horrible relationship with food, and I knew that I wasn't changed. 12 therapy sessions did not change 31 years of me turning to food during the hardest times of my life. So instead of the professionals telling me, you're not ready, I just knew I wasn't ready. So why go through more heartbreak when I already knew that I wasn't ready?
But you told us that all of the professionals gave you the seal of approval to go forward and have said surgery. So what heartbreak are we talking about? So also, I'm still of the opinion that this didn't happen exactly. So basically what you're telling us now, timeline-wise, is you did your 12 sessions of therapy, which I don't believe, and then you decided after your year of waiting and your 12 sessions of therapy, and both your dietitian and your therapist signing off and saying, yes, you're ready for the next stage, you then, being Amber and knowing better than any professional ever that exists in the entire world, you knew you weren't ready. Which, okay, coming from anyone else, I'd be like, yeah, that's mature, that's smart. You know you're not prepared for this incredibly life-changing moment thing. That's fine. But first I have to believe the thing is actually happening, which I still don't believe. And so then that was the real reason you weren't getting the weight loss surgeries, because you decided not to do it. Very brave of you, by the way. And now, roughly a month later, now the reason is because you have a lack of stability, because you and Feline broke up. I've been waiting for the Feline blame train to start, and this is the engine warming up. You guys, what's the real reason you didn't get the surgery? Oh, because Feline's not going to be in my life anymore. Because Feline is leaving. And I don't want to put Feline through keeping, helping me through the surgery. My friend who got I've not had it, but my friend who got the weight loss surgery. Now, don't get me wrong, she's like half Amber's weight, but they were up and moving the day of. I was fully expecting them to be like resting for a whole day, but no, they had her up and moving and eating like almost immediately after, which surprised me. But I'm not a doctor, so clearly this is what they do. But yeah, she was up and moving and eating, not regularly, but eating like they're supposed to eat after post-op, and doing the damn thing. So, I mean, I assume that's how it's supposed to work. Again, I've not had it, so I have no idea. But how long did Amber think that she was going to be down from this surgery? It seems to me that most surgeries these days, unless it's something like, reconstruction of a limb or something like that, they want you moving as soon as possible because otherwise you're not recovering. And it just sounds like to me that Amber thought that she was going to have to or was going to use it as an excuse to lay around for a week or so. I don't know. Anyway. It's all bullshit, is what I'm saying.
It's like common sense. A lot of you were telling me, Amberlynn, you're not ready, and you were right.
We are not your doctors. We are not your therapists. We are not your friends. Stop listening to us.
So now that you are right, let's leave the weight loss surgery arc behind us. Maybe we'll revisit in the future. Who knows? Alrighty, let's grab an orange moment. We have number 55. Tell me if you guys know that song. Do you feel a lot?
Yes, but you're out of key. Why are we doing this? What is this, question number 4? Why are we changing rooms each time we do a question? Or maybe we've only changed it once, but I feel like each time we've answered a question, we've at least changed angles. I don't know. Maybe I'm being weird.
A lot of pressure to lose weight. That's such a good question. Yes, I feel a lot of pressure from the community and from myself. So I'm not really sure how to answer this question. I don't really know how it was meant to be asked, but if I'm
then why did you pick it?
Talking about do I have
And it's not meant to be asked, it's meant to be answered.
Of pressure to lose weight from online people, yeah, I feel that wholeheartedly. And I feel like I'm not gonna get the same opportunities as anyone else online based on my size. And it's I'm living that experience. So please do not gaslight me. And it's I feel like if I don't lose weight, then that's how people
It's not really gaslighting you if I can prove that you did and or said something. If I can pull up the video of you saying and or doing the thing, because your videos go back over a decade at this point, or near a decade at this point, it's not gaslighting just because you forgot about it. I mean, it's your video evidence of it. So it's not gaslighting. Gaslighting would be me going out of my way to be oh yeah, you totally said that thing. Don't you remember that you said that thing? Oh, you said that thing. Oh, trust me, you said that thing, with nothing to back that up with, and just digging into playing head games till the point that you believe that what I said is true. That's gaslighting. You saying and or doing something and then someone digging up a video of you doing the exact opposite or saying the exact opposite, that's not gaslighting, that's fact checking. And I'm sorry if you don't like it, but again, if you don't want to share things, don't put it on the internet.
Value me as a person, as someone who doesn't lose weight, someone who feels that her weight loss, it's not fair, it's not right, because there's so much more to me. And I'm just...
Okay, I don't know what we're talking about because I got to yakking. What are we doing?
Gaslight me. And it's I feel like it's on my... And I feel like I'm not going to get the same opportunities as anyone else online based on my size. And it's I'm living that experience. So please do not gaslight me. And it's I feel like if I don't lose weight, then that's how people value me as a person. As someone who doesn't lose weight, someone who feels that her weight loss, it's not fair, it's not right, because
I feel like there were several sentences that didn't get finished there, and I'm kind of lost. What what experiences are you not getting online because of your weight? And what do you mean by value when you say, uh, kind of, that you're the person who doesn't lose weight and that's how people value you? I can make guesses as to what I think you might have been trying to say, but I don't know. I don't with Amber, I never know. I can guess, but sometimes I'm very off because sometimes she really does mean value and I don't know how she's making that connection, but that was a very confusing sentence.
There's so much more to me. And I'm just now learning to like love myself and to find the good qualities in myself. But it's hard as a 500-pound person online.
What did any of that have to do with, do you feel pressure to lose weight? That was the question. You could have, I mean, you started off strong, but I don't know what happened. Like, you started off answering the question, and then it just kind of like, you were like, cliff, jump. And I don't know what we were doing after that.
All right, next question.
Question number 5.
Number 8.
Hey,
do you
it's
think
a lucky
people
number.
can lose weight eating fast food? Yes, because losing weight is ultimately if you're in a calorie deficiency. So I'm not going to be doctor.
Deficit. A deficit. A deficiency is, though related, not the same thing as a deficit. I'm sorry. I'll stop doing that.
Better-lynn or know-it-all Lynn, but that's like
Yes.
for the normal person. But obviously if you are suffering with PCOS, lipedema, hormonal issues, or any other like issue like with your thyroid, any illness or disease, whatever, that like makes it to where losing weight is a lot harder, then obviously that plays a big role in it.
But doesn't change the fact that it's the number of calories you eat. It just means that it just means you have to cut a little bit harder and work a little bit harder. There are plenty of people who have all of those issues who have managed to lose weight. You just have to Google it. I mean, there are people I follow on the internet, on Instagram, who have these issues and who have all managed to lose weight. There are people I've seen on Instagram and the rest of the internet now, because like I've been doing lookings into lipedema, who have lipedema in advanced stages, who still lost over 100 pounds or so, you know? I mean, they still have the lipedema because that's the unfortunate side effect, but it can be done, is my point. So whatever gets you to sleep at night, I guess.
We're talking about just like a regular Joe Schmo trying to lose weight. You can, without a doubt, eat fast food and still lose weight if you are counting your calories, eating below the amount that you need to maintain your body weight. I mean, that's obvious. That any nutritionist, dietitian will tell you that. And I wish I remember the name of this TikToker. She has lost like almost 200 pounds eating anything and everything she wants, just like in a calorie deficiency. And she makes TikTok showing what she eats at like McDonald's or Taco Bell or Chick-fil-A, like whatever it may be, like what she eats now versus like what she used to eat then. Like true real weight loss when you're not trying to be like super heart healthy or just like super healthy.
God forbid you do either of those things while trying to lose weight.
Like you can lose weight eating anything. Hello.
I think I get what she was trying to say there. She was basically saying like you can eat unhealthy food and still lose weight. I get that. I'm not going to slam her for that one. Because it's true. But I'm not saying you can't lose weight eating fast food, because more than one person has demonstrated that that is also true. There's like this one guy who like lost a crap ton of weight just eating garbage from like the gas stations around him. So as long as he was eating in a caloric deficit, it wasn't an issue. Was he healthy? I don't know. Because I feel like losing weight is going to improve your markers one way or the other. But I think if you're filling your body up with like processed food and chemicals, that like you're going to have other issues. But again, not a doctor. Just going off of personal experiences and stuff. I don't know. I wonder if the TikToker she's talking about is the cynical dude does these videos where he critiques their What I Eat in a Day Wednesdays. And he's got this one person he keeps getting TikToks of who says she's losing weight, but only eats fast food and stuff. And their TDE is like around 3,000. So they basically just have to eat like 2,500 or less calories in a day. And they've been doing that, and I guess they have lost some weight, but you're going to hit a plateau, I think, at some point when you're doing that kind of a thing. But again, not a doctor.
Oh, I'm currently in bed and my ceiling light is still not working. So I use this little lamp on my nightstand. But yeah, uploading
Cool.
15 days in a row can be difficult when it's hard to even just get out of bed sometimes, but that's why I wanted to do this, you know, to make it to where like I had to get out of bed and had to get up and do something.
I don't want to be mean, but what else are you doing in a day? Also, this wouldn't be the first time you've not managed to get out of bed and do something throughout the day. I get that trying to find something interesting to talk about 15 days in a row is probably difficult. I mean, the only reason I can stick to this schedule is because I'm talking about whatever Amber's decided to talk about this week. And that's probably why we did multiple questions in this episode, because there's just like, she's not showing her Legos anymore. She's certainly not showing her packing anymore. We've only gone into the closet once or twice. We didn't get a closet clean out moment this time. So she's cut back on a lot of the things that she was making like regular content for her episodes, for her videos. So all we've gotten the last couple of videos is like her talking about how lost she feels. We haven't even heard about Delta 8 in a hot minute either. So all of her staple filler stuff she's not doing right now, or at least she hasn't done in the last, 2-3 videos now. And all we're seeing is her trying her damnedest to convince us that like she is beyond distraught and, she's really deeply thinking about who she is and what she wants to become, and then answering these questions that are feeding her, I believe the correct word would be super ego. Or maybe even her id. The id's like the instinctual one, isn't it? The instinctual one, or the like hidden desires. I'm trying to be more intelligent. Think I'm failing. But my point is like the content that she's putting out right now, I can tell she's getting bored of it, because again, she's not doing any of the filler stuff that she was doing, and so that really limits what you can talk about. I mean, how many times can we watch you eat? I don't even like watching you eat. If she'd said something important during that whole section, I'm not going back to listen to it. It's just gross. And there's only a certain audience that really wants to watch that, so you go, I guess. But there's that.
Some sort of like routine, if you will. I talked about this already in this video. What am I doing? So usually my nighttime routine is I will take my melatonin and then I'll go take like a really warm shower. I'm a nighttime shower girly. Sometimes I'll do it in the morning, sometimes both, but either way, like 9 times out of 10.
You will never convince me you take 2 showers in a day. I did date a guy one time who he would shower up to 3 times a day. It was very strange. I don't have anything against people wanting to be clean, but this was like excessive. So anyway.
10, I'm gonna take a shower before I actually go to bed. Something about like sitting in bed, letting the melatonin kick in, going to take my little shower, then coming back to bed and scrolling through TikTok. That is like my routine every single night. I know people have asked me before, like, do like some like morning routine or like nighttime routine, and I promise you, it's nothing spectacular. It's probably the same routine as everyone else in the world. Maybe not.
Nope.
Not, who knows, but like literally it took me 2 seconds to tell you what my routine is. So I've already done the first step, sitting in bed, took my melatonin, which I only have a couple left, as you can see there, but That's okay. I recently got a whole other pack, so we're good. Like, I can't sleep without them. But I think tonight I'm actually switching up my routine just a smidge a little bit, and I'm actually gonna journal in bed, which I don't normally journal in bed, but I think I'm gonna sit in here and like put on some calming noises. Sometimes I'll listen to ASMR, or sometimes I'll like listen to like thunderstorms. I love that. It's the best.
I do like thunderstorm sounds. I like ambient noise. Obviously I like ASMR. You guys see them pop up all the time. I call bullshit on her whole thunderstorm thing. Either she's not actually terrified of thunderstorms and she just plays it up every time there is one, or she is terrified of thunderstorms and she's just making something up right now. That's kind of my point on that. And I guess I feel strongly about this because I love a good thunderstorm if I'm home or inside of a building. Not a big fan about driving in them. Would rather not do that, actually.
Like on Spotify, so good. They have like an 8-hour one. So if you like to listen to that while you're sleeping, that's like perfect. It's like chef's kiss.
They have it on YouTube too.
So sometimes I'll listen to
If
that
you
as
care.
well. So I do want to end my vlog. I'm sorry that it wasn't like eventful or whatever, but I mean, sometimes I prefer a wordy vlog versus like a dewy vlog. What? Like, my favorite type of vlogs to watch are the ones where my favorite YouTubers just stay at home and they just talk and talk and talk and talk. Those are my fave. Anyways, I'm gonna go though. I hope that you guys did enjoy this vlog, a little wordy vlog, and I'm sure there will be more for sure. Just to give a little update, since I'm doing 15 days of uploading, last day is on August 3rd, so that means this one is day 10, which is crazy. I've made it to day 10, so why not make it to day 15? I think I could do it. I definitely.
Who wants to bet that she craps out on like day 12? I don't want her to. I want her to succeed, but I feel like I've watched her one too many times get like a day or two away from completing the goal and then just stop. Like, didn't she have like a 90-day challenge that she did and she got to day like 89 or something like that and like stopped or something? I don't remember, but I remember it was like she was that close to the end and then just quit for no apparent reason. That's what I'm expecting to happen, to be honest.
Can do it, but I notice like as I go on, I'm like, okay, I'm getting distracted by other things in my life, and I'm doing other things in my life, things that I can't and won't film. So it's like I lose all productivity in my 15 days. But I'm.
What do you mean can't and won't film? Or not that I want her to film things she doesn't feel like sharing. I mean, I think she overshares as it is. But what do you mean can't and won't? Like, I want to know. I'm curious. You've perked my interest. Pipped my interest? Perked. Whatever.
I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. Like, you guys still got your video. I hope you guys still enjoyed.
You guys still got your video. Enjoy it. I'm kidding.
Enjoyed filming what I did film today. I love you guys so much, and I love this job, and I'm so grateful. Like, I literally love filming. I love editing. I just love the whole thing. And
okay, so she's just gonna babble until the end. Let's talk about New-Lynn. All right, let's talk about the New-Lynn that's being created. I think last episode there wasn't as much of it, because again, as I've mentioned, she's not doing a lot of her B-roll stuff that she was doing at the beginning of this. We're not hearing about her new favorite substance on the planet. We're not seeing the Legos. We're still seeing food, unfortunately, but that's always been a part of her vlog. So it's not going anywhere. Let's see. But here at the end, we're getting grateful. We're getting grateful in here. I'm so grateful for this job. I'm so grateful for my audience. I'm so grateful for the air and the sky and, that kind of stuff. And we're getting like introspective Lynn, constantly thinking about, how can I better myself? Where am I going in this world? Who am I? That kind of a stuff. So we're getting I would almost say, follow me on this. I'm not saying she is But I'm saying she's trying to put on the facade of mature Lynn. Okay? We've got an an Amberlynn who journals introspectively and who thinks about themselves as a whole person in the future. And the same Amberlynn is very altruistic to the point where random TikToks will cause her to have feels that she must share with the internet right then and there. And we've also got the same mature Lynn is, you know, going to bed with a routine. She takes her melatonin and she relaxes after her hot shower and she gets ready for bed by scrolling through TikTok, which don't do, that's terrible for you. But now, instead of doing that, because mature Lynn is in the house, now mature Lynn is going to journal at night and listen to the soothing sounds of thunderstorms or something and journal at night. It's interesting to see. Um, we also have mature Lynn who's cooking more. And I don't know how long that's going to last, but at least we're attempting to convince people that we cook more. I'm not entirely sure where the Delta 8 fits in here, but I'm sure it fits in here somewhere. Like the way she talks has changed a little bit. Not, it's changed a little bit, not completely. I know a lot of people are like, she's lost that weird twang that she was trying to talk with, that weird southern twang thing, which actually kind of made her sound like she was from southern Indiana. That's a very southern Indiana accent, honestly. Um, but yeah, we're not hearing that as much. We're getting the Valley Girl baby talk um thing that she's done in the past. I've heard her do this before in the past. I've heard her talk that way in the past. So this is not necessarily a new trait. It's just an old trait that's resurfacing again. Be it by design, or maybe she's just defaulting back and that is her default. Um, but these weird new pronunciations of words and that kind of a thing. I know people are saying that like she's wearing makeup and getting dressed up because she's trying to attract a new partner. Possibly. Again, I don't necessarily agree or disagree with any of these. But I do kind of think she really is just doing the makeup stuff kind of as like a distraction of some variety because she's got nothing else to go. But she buys all this makeup. So why not use it? Kind of a thing. But it could also be another trait of New-Lynn. New-Lynn gets up in the morning and New-Lynn puts on makeup and New-Lynn gets dressed and New-Lynn has an outfit of the day with matching accessories and makeup. And I did actually say in a video I would really appreciate if she would do that. I still would really like to see her do outfit of the day with a full makeup look and accessories because she has it there. She has all of this stuff to do. And I think it wouldn't be everybody's cup of tea, but it's totally my cup of tea. And it's very vlog content, you know? Most of the people I watch who vlog, even the people who just are like talking heads like me, they do an outfit of the day. They'll do their makeup. They'll point out something that they've done to spruce themselves up, if you will. So I would be here for that. But these are all traits that I'm seeing her push right now. They're not necessarily brand new traits. They're not necessarily things she hasn't done before. But she's starting to like collect these traits together. And, you know, this Amberlynn who journals on her computer and then fills up a note an actual journal book after the fact by hand copying what you've already typed up into the book. You know, it's that kind of stuff. The quirky weirdness is still there, like, oh, they're so quirky. I like to eat my food with cottage cheese and mustard. Teehee. That kind of a thing. It's still there. If I never have to hear her say Delta 8 again, it'd be great. Um, but these are, I need to sit down and make like a mind map of these things and just keep track of them. I really do. I need to. You're watching me think right now. I really need to do that. And I really need to take some notes on like some of the questions people have asked me because somebody asked me about what do I think about her saying yes, I did, and yes, she did. And I didn't quite understand what was being asked at the time, but the clarification, the whole Amber will say, I guess with the door, I smashed my finger in the door. Yes, I did. And they're right. She's been doing that a lot lately. And the whole gendering of non-gendered items. We don't, in the English language, we don't assign gender to objects. Some languages do, but our language does not. But we do have gender in our languages, our language. So that thing, the assigning of gender to non-gendered objects is just kind of a thing that's going on right now. I'm not slamming anybody. I'm just pointing out that I see it a lot in like the LGBTQ community when they're online. It's usually a feminization of an object. I think it's just a quirky thing. I think it's just like another form of slang. I don't think it's going to stick around much longer, and even if it does, it's not that big of a deal. Because I don't think it's really doing anything. It's just a way of being like hip. No, don't be square, man. That kind of a thing. You all know how old I am now. So there's that. The whole yes, I did and yes, she did. I'm not entirely sure what that is or if it's even really a thing. She might be mimicking another YouTuber who might do the same thing. As we've pointed out, she really hardcore mimics. And I think maybe that's what's really going on is she's pulling traits from all of the different people that she watches. And she's trying to like, oh, I really like when so-and-so does this, so I'm going to start doing that. And oh, I really like when so-and-so does that. I think I'm going to start doing that. I do that occasionally. Somebody will say or do something, and I'll be like, that's hilarious. I love it. I'm going to start doing that too. So I don't think that's an unusual trait for people to have. Just with Amber, it's kind of like shopping. She's like shopping for personality traits, and she's trying to put those personality traits together in a New-Lynn package. So that's kind of interesting. And I was thinking before and you were watching me do, I need to mind map all this stuff out so that I can do a real deep dive analysis on it, because I think it's very interesting. Do I think the new Amberlynn is going to go anywhere? No. I think we're going to get to a point where it's going to be too much effort to maintain the New-Lynn. And I'm not necessarily even sure the New-Lynn is a Better-lynn. It's just new. So I think we're going to get to a point where that's going to be effort. Or she's going to forget that she was trying to do that. I notice she forgets a lot. Like with the gaslighting. Don't gaslight me. Girl, if I can pull up a video of you saying the thing, it's not gaslighting. That's not what gaslighting is. And disagreeing with you is also not gaslighting. I can disagree with you all I want. It's not until I try to hardcore convince you that you are wrong and I am right, and you don't remember it, that's gaslighting. Anyway, so where am I going with this? Oh, I think I've rambled long enough. So if you have made it this far if you made it this far since we were doing popsicle sticks today, leave a popsicle in the comments below. I'm pretty sure there's a popsicle. There's like a rocket pop or a popsicle down there. Leave that in the comment section. Feel free to leave comments, especially if like you want to discuss something that I rambled about. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate all of my members, all 5 of you now. Thank you very much. And I'm tickled pink that I have 5 members. If you've made it this far, if I get to 10, or not if, when I get to 10 members, I'll do a live, not necessarily a members live, but just a live in general, because I know people will show up for it at that point. I don't want to be on a live all by myself, talking to myself. That's what I do here. So yeah, so when I get to 10 members, I'll do a live for you guys and we'll work that out. I have figured out how to do it. Doesn't mean I'm good at it. I just know which buttons to push now. And yeah. Amber should post something later on today, and I will probably react to and post it tomorrow, and I need to work on my outro. But anyway, I will talk to you all. I will see you all in the next one. Bye! See, I stole that from Stan.